money, so that at the end of the day, you can generate a customer statement, and even as a taxpayer yourself, because taxpayer also have access to log into the system. Taxpayer can generate their customer remittance reports to say, okay, this is the money I've paid to the Lagos State so far. So the system allows proper tracking of all this information, and the system allows us to have access to any kind of reports that we want to generate from the system. As we all know that all payments goes to the banks, all payments are supposed to go to the banks. Even though we still have some instances whereby we have what we call prepayment, PPC, and that is due to the fact that there are some little payments like 500, 1,000, or 1,500 that the taxpayer may want to pay, and due to congestions in the banks, the banker used to turn them off and say, well, in the past, what they used to tell them is that Alpha Beta database is not available, the server is down. That is when they see a large crowd of people, they say the database is down, so that you can allow them to walk away. But with present state of the system, there's no way they can even give excuse that the database is down, because the database is not even in the cloud, available to everybody 24/7. Wherever you have access to it. But there are some still little payments. I think we have such in MBA. Do you have MBA people here? Yeah. I think we have what we call prepayments, which will look into that during the practical session. And likewise, we still have some little payment like the market people. You know, all these market women, they don't want to go to bank because of the 500 naira or 2,500 you want them to pay. They rather sit down with their pepper or whatever, or fish there, and say, okay, come and collect your money and give me my receipt, rather than going to the banks to queue. But we still need to look for how all this money will come into the government cover, and that is why we are able to realize that particular 18 billion we are talking about. So a system whereby we ensure that everybody remits their tax to the state. We have to introduce what we call a PPC that enables us to do that. The system does what we call a continuous enumeration. The EBS RCM allows to do what we call a continuous enumeration. As this taxpayer is being captured into the tax net every blessed day. And this gives us what we call a continuous enumeration. We capture them. Once they go to the banks to make payments, your payment must enter the system with a pay ID, and if you don't have a pay ID is being generated for you, and you make payment. And with that, we also have what we call self-assessment, that we said, okay, people should just obtain form and make payment, assess yourself and make payment. So in the course of this workshop, especially when we get to the practical part of it, part of what my people will be doing is to introduce us to some new features in the system, in the area of automated receipts, that is AIR. Just as we know that once you go to the banks and make payments, you are expected to collect your AIR instantly. There are some new features on the AIR now that we, as a tax authority, that is whether LIRS or MDA or whatever, or LASG official, whatever, that we really need to take note of, and that will even assist us in increasing the state's revenue. There are some features there, we call it last tax paid and last tax clearance. Last tax clearance. like in last month, if you break any of their rules, they seize your vehicle, they ask you to go and pay some fine. After that, they ask you to go to the tax station to confirm your tax clearance, for you to be confirmed that you have paid your tax, make adequate payments, not just showing the card alone. Even some people still have a 2001 card, which is a old card that we are still renewing. So not just showing that card, but for the tax to be verified, to be sure that you have paid your tax up to date. Even without sending the taxpayer to go to the LRS or the tax office to do that, the automated receipt which that taxpayer paid the fine, which tells you if that person tax is up to date or not now, because it will show the last tax clearance, that is the year the taxpayer was assessed last. So from there you can know if his tax is up to date or not. If not, then you can now refer the taxpayer to the tax offices, whereby they will now do proper assessment. They can now view his tax record. You said one of the ways of capturing taxpayer into the tax net is to say, okay, do a self-assessment, pick a tax form, assess yourself. Somebody that is worth of 50,000 naira will go and pay 5,000 as a tax, and that won't stop us from issuing a tax card for that person. But we will still have the tax card. But with this new feature now, by the time you refer the person to the tax office, the tax officer can now view the tax record of that person and reassess that person. So if there's need for you to pay more, you can be instructed to go and pay more, because his tax record needs to be certified now by the officials to say, okay, yes, you have paid adequate tax, and if not, well, you can now deal with that person. So this is the EBS RCM overview. We don't want to waste much of our time today, because today is Friday, and some of us will want to move to mosque for prayer. So I would like to round up here so that people can go into the practical aspects really, and for us to be able to understand all these things. We don't want this year workshop to be a thing that we just hear about it today and tomorrow you forget about it. We want you to be part of this system. Just as I've said, this thing has been up for the past 10 years. By now, all of us are supposed to be part of the system for us to be able to use the application anywhere we are. I want to be attending to questions or call from people that has to do with critical issues, not all these minor issues saying how do I get this PID or how do I generate this PID. You as the tax authority now has the privilege to log into the system and generate a PID for a new taxpayer that doesn't have PID. You don't have to call any APC or the banks. So you can log into the system, search the system if the name of that person exists, help the person to fetch the PID. If it is not there, then you have access to create a new PID for that person, so that that person can go ahead and make his or her payments at the banks. Once again, you're welcome.
And if you are here with your laptop, you need update, or if you have any complaint concerning anything, the workings of the laptop, please come and see. Please, okay. Is that already? Okay. This is my gentle brother, please come and see him. But make sure that the laptop I'm talking about is your operational laptop, the one given to you by ABC. Thank you. Oh, you mean you don't have ABC laptop with you? I believe you have, because we have our records.
So I'm Adekunle Jonathan Favour. Right. Sorry, I need support. Is this laptop on the network? Let me open the site. Yes, we're just going to go quickly. I'm going to be very explicit and brief in my explanation. And we'll go straight to the website. It's a practical. This is something we expect ourselves to be doing in our own comfort of our office. We all have the privilege. Section. Just open your page to page 24. Page 24. Now, yes. First, please, I need to get attention of you now, and I want to know who of us among us here has ever logged onto the website before? I've been logging into the website. I can log into the website. Can I have attention? Yes, I can log into the website. You can. Sorry. I mean the Lagos State website, the EBS RCM website. I mean the EBS RCM website now. Okay, I can see like 5 irons up right there. You can too, like 6 now, 7. So that means we have now. I have an ETCC card. I have an ETCC card and I have never used it to log on. I have a card and I have never logged on. Okay, I have a card, I have never logged on. Alright? I don't have a card at all. I don't have a card at all. That means you don't have a payer ID. When did you join the organization? 2000. And you don't have a card. You don't have a payer ID. Okay, please. You see how. Please, can you get my attention here? Hello? I have never had a card before. I don't have a payer ID. Please see her after this training. See her. Can you see who I'm pointing to here? This madam here. Thank you very much. Now, it is good that I have people who have logged in before, and I have people who have their card and never logged in before. Good. Now, let's go straight to business. The Lagos website before, for those of us who are used to this before, we know we initially log on to the website using the 192.168.2.25. Please, my brother, resolve the issue of the laptop after this section. Please, let's not cause distraction. Let's resolve the laptop issue after this section. Now, like I said, we log on to the website before with 192.168.2.25. That is where you cannot work on the website except when you're in the office. That's what the IP address means. The 192.168, that means you can't go any other place than your office. But now, like my colleague earlier said, the website has been moved to the cloud. So which means you and I can work in the comfort of our home anywhere, anytime, even from our mobile devices. As long as you can open your Yahoo pages and Google pages from your mobile devices, then you can open the EBS LCM website too from your mobile device to do everything you want to do, even when you're on the laptop. Okay, now, and the web address to log on to the website now is www.lasg-ebs-rcm.com, as you can see here on the screen. Now, logging into the website, what are the things we can do on the website? One, the website is an online revenue monitoring and tracking site. That means you can monitor transactions of customers, you can print reports from your own hand, you can see who is not paying or who is not complying with the stack sales. This is just a very good summary of what you can do on the website. You can check your own individual tax details. You can monitor transactions coming from every bank. You can print reports of your own agency to see daily, hourly. Even if you have the time, if you want to view a transaction that comes in every minute, yes, you can view it. If you want to view hourly, daily, or weekly, you can view transaction. You can view how much your agency has collected in a week, in a day, after the end of the day, if you have all the time. So those are the things which you can actually do on the website. And secondly, talking about the payer ID. Now, I need to explain to us. I need to pause for the distraction, please. Okay, so talking about the payer ID, my colleague earlier said that all customers, all taxpayers need a payer ID. Yes. Payer ID is what we call the payer identification number, which is assigned to both an individual or a corporate organization that is paying tax. And it stands as our account number to the Lagos State account. Do you get what I'm saying now? The payer ID stands as an account to the Lagos State revenue account. That means if you are a taxpayer in Lagos State, you have an account to the state government, and all transactions you make under your revenue go into that same account. Meaning, a taxpayer is not expected to have more than just a payer ID. A taxpayer is not expected to have just more than one payer ID. Can you help me with the word for this? More than one payer ID. And same thing goes to the corporate, which is corporate ID. Every company is not supposed to have more than one payer ID. Now, what are the importance of this payer ID? Why do we need a payer ID? Like I said, the payer ID takes a record of all transactions you do under Lagos State, be it land discharge, be it LASMA fine, be it whatever you under the Lagos State fine, you're paying your individual tax. Everything goes under the payer ID. So that means the customer can bring a remittance statement of his own to say, what are the transactions I have ever done with the state government using that singular payer ID? It's not the same as our bank account. I hold a bank account. Mr. A can pay into my bank account. Mr. B can pay into my bank account. Mr. C can pay into my bank account on different transactions. But when I get my report, statement of report, I will see them yes as individuals who have paid at different point of time for different kind of transactions. So that's the same thing our payer ID is doing. Now, and before you can log on to the Lagos State website, you need the payer ID because that is your user account. That is your username to the website. Like we all have our website email addresses. Now, before you can have an access to an email address, you need to create an account for yourself. And by creating an account, that means you have a username and a password. Am I right? So the same thing goes to the Lagos State website. Yes, everybody, anywhere, at any time, will have access to the website. I repeat, everybody, anywhere, at any time, can view the Lagos State website. You can get information you want from the website. You can read an update from the website, but you cannot go beyond the home page of the website. Are you with me now? You cannot go beyond this home page and other information that does not require a login details. But for you to go further to login in to view your own personal account, then you need to create an account for yourself on the website. That's where you are going to generate a password for yourself. Okay? And like I said, an individual can also go to the website to download any kind of form. Probably a first-time payer and you want to pay, you've been assessed at the bank. You can go to the website to print the tax clearance form. You fill it. After you've made the payment, you attach your receipt to the form and you submit it to the tax station where you have been assessed. So it is made very easy for taxpayer to just pay their transactions. Now, for example, compare this. If I have to come to your office to be assessed, I go back to the bank to pay. I come back to your office to collect the form to get my ETCC card. Now, and I have come to you, you have given me my payer ID, I have gone to the bank to pay, and I sit in my house to print my form, which is more convenient. So that is it. So it has been made very simple for every taxpayer. Very simple, friendly, that we have just said, reduce stress for the customers and why the state government makes its money. Isn't that good? So customers will not be afraid of paying their taxes anymore. It's just I need to go do this. And one thing, to get your tax pay card, you don't need to do anything and just pay the assigned assessment, attach the form, and submit. No additional payment is gotten for that. You are not paying for any additional payment to get your tax clearance card. So as we're saying, so all you need to get an access to the website is just your payer ID. And once you have your payer ID, then you'll be able to access the website. Now, I want to explain briefly the levels of people that can access the website. One, individual. An individual. That is me, you, all of us here, can view the website, view our own personal details. Secondly, you can log in as an agency. You are working with an agency and you want to view the information under the agency you are working for. 3, you can log in as a bank. You can log in as a bank. That means the bankers will log in to view transactions they are posting from their own hand. Now, but even at this level, there are also privileges from you to log in as an agency, and a privilege to log in as ABC staff, and a privilege to log in as a bank. For the fact that you work with your agency and you have a payer ID and you can view your own details, does not mean you can view your agency information. Are you getting that? For the fact that you work with an agency and you have your own login card and you can log in to view your own details, does not mean you can log in to view your agency details. For you to do that, you need to be authorized. Am I making any sense here? You need to be authorized before you can view your agency profile. And you cannot view another agency where you don't represent. You can only view for your agency. That's all. Now, straight to business. How do I log on to the website? Like I said, for you to log on to the website, you first must log in as a new user who is creating an account for himself. A new user. Please, I need the hands. I said I want to know those who have a card and never logged in here before. Please, let me get your hands up again. Those who have never logged before. All right. Please, can you just encourage our brother? Please stand up, sir. Okay, before you come up, do you have your ETC card here? I have my ETC card here and I've not logged in before. Okay, please, can you encourage her, madam? She was fast enough to bring her a card. Please encourage her. Please, can you come up, madam? Please, can you just encourage her? Oh, she comes out here. Please keep encouraging her. Keep encouraging her. Keep encouraging. See, in short, it is good she's saying her. These are the kind of people I want to put on hot seats. Sit down. And it's actually not an hot seat. It's a very, very, very cold seat. The point is, you see why this practical section is very important now. Now, this has also proved to us that we have some people who are actually scared of even getting to see what is on the system, or feeling they can't do it. But it's as simple as any other thing. It's just the normal website, do the normal thing you do, and go away from there. So, she's going to be doing the job for us now. I'm only just going to be standing here to support her with some instruction, and she will be doing the login. Now, she's going to be logging in as a first user, because that means since she has a card, she don't even know what is under her tax details. Madam, have you ever had the reason to present your tax clearance anywhere? You see? I guess, how old are your kids, girl? Because I know maybe in some schools they will ask parents to bring their tax clearance card. Am I right? Okay. Alright, so let's just go on. No, don't be scared, no. Don't be scared. It's not a big deal, don't be scared. In short, you'll be happy at the end of the day. Alright? Now, she's going to log in as a new user. Now, we have already, can we get our attention here, please? We don't want to waste too much time on this. We want to go straight into the practical. Now, we have already, okay, this support for the laptops. If you're done with the laptops, please let me know. Because I don't want to start. Please, we need more. I see all information on the website. Now, the official online revenue for resources for revenue and tax for the state and for the government of Lagos State. You can read. This is news. Heroin. You know, so you can just view this. This is for those who don't have anything to do with getting access into the website. Now, but this madam needs to get an access. Now, on the top left of the screen, there's a button there called login. Madam, can we go to login? My brother, please just stay beside her so that you support her. The login is your left, you're going that one. Alright. She clicks on login and the login page comes up for her to enter in her criteria to create an account. Now, all she needs at this point to create an account is one, she will enter in a payer ID, which is written on the card. Which is written on the card. The payer ID on the card stands with N hyphen a number. If it's a company, is CIF hyphen the number. But now, so she's going to type in only the number now without the N and hyphen. Only the number. Yes, just the number. Let me see here. Now, the next column is the password column. Please, I would appreciate you concentrate here. Those side talks are even distracting me. So, she will need to enter in a password. Now, the password is what you need. Can either be alphanumeric. When I mean alphanumeric, I mean it could be a mixture of alphabet and number, or strictly numbers, or strictly alphabets. And you can also add symbols like asterisk, you know, in your, and it must not be less than 6 characters, but it can be more. If you like, you can use 20 characters. All well and good. So, when choose a password you will always remember. A password you will always remember. Don't see it out. Like, you know, some people when they are trying to create a secret document so that they would understand what they are doing, they will still be saying that they don't know they are already debugging the information. So,
I thought the password should align with the email password.
No. Of course, it's not important that it must align, because even when you open you have different kind of email addresses. It's not compulsory that you must use the same password you use one email address for the other. So you can use as many as possible email password for the number of login. Now she has entered a password. The next column is an email address. Take your mouse to the email address column. Enter your email address. Okay, now, every other information below there are not necessary, because she's just trying to create an account. All she needs to create an account is that what she has filled there now. The next thing she does is click on I'm a new user, the third button below. I'm a new user. Where is this guy supporting here? Wait. Please, can somebody else attend to her? Please, just support this lady here. Now, I'm a new user, has taken her a new page. Now, obviously, in every account you're creating, they always ask you to repeat your password. So she's going to repeat her password now. Then put in below your GSM number. And click on OK. Alright. Emma won't come. This woman has actually logged in before, she has forgotten her password. Please, can we just read this information? Security code already generated. Please check your email address, blah, 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 blah. This information comes for those who already has a password. Probably she has forgotten. Okay? Probably she has forgotten. But anyway, we would help you. But just encourage her. This is just what you need to do as a new user. So, now, the security code, I want to lay emphasis on the security code mentioned there. When you are logging in as a new user,